Breaking news: Oliver Tree dies at 32 in tragic helicopter collision in Brazil. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The music world has been left in shock following the sudden death of American singer, songwriter, and internet personality Oliver Tree, who was killed in a helicopter collision in Rio de Janeiro on June 14, 2026. He was 32 years old. Authorities reported that two helicopters collided in midair over the western section of Rio de Janeiro during the morning hours. The crash occurred near the coastal district of Recreio dos Bandeirantes, a neighborhood known for its beaches and residential developments. According to emergency officials, all 6 people aboard the aircraft were killed. The collision happened at a relatively low altitude. Witnesses described seeing one helicopter engulfed in flames moments before both aircraft fell toward the ground. Surveillance footage reportedly captured one of the helicopters spiraling downward after the impact. One of the helicopters crashed into the parking area of a car dealership that contained numerous electric vehicles. The impact triggered a major fire, causing explosions and destroying around 20 vehicles. Thick black smoke could be seen rising above the neighborhood as firefighters rushed to the scene. Emergency crews arrived within minutes, but the severity of the collision and resulting fire left no survivors. Officials later confirmed that all 6 victims had died instantly or shortly after impact. Among those killed were Oliver Tree, Argentine YouTuber Gasper Prim, known online as Gaspy, filmmaker Lucas Vignal, music producer Lucas Brito Chavez, and pilots Alexander Souza and Charles Marcelac. Because of the intense heat generated by the fire, authorities initially relied on passenger manifests and aviation records to identify the victims. Formal forensic identification procedures were later conducted by Brazilian officials. Investigators from Brazil's aviation authorities launched an immediate inquiry into the disaster. Specialists began examining flight paths, communication records, surveillance footage, and aircraft wreckage in an effort to determine what caused the collision. As of June 15, 2026, no official cause has been announced. Authorities stated that the investigation could take several months before a final report is released. Oliver Tree had been in South America as part of what he described as the largest tour of his career. The tour reportedly included approximately 70 performances across 7 continents and was intended to promote his latest album, Love You Madly Hate You Badly, released earlier in 2026. Only days before the crash, Tree shared videos and photographs from Brazil on social media. In one of his final public posts, he was seen playing soccer with local residents in a neighborhood street. Fans have since revisited those posts, turning them into memorials following news of his death. Born Oliver Tree Nickel in Santa Cruz, California, Tree rose to fame through a unique combination of music, comedy, and internet culture. He became instantly recognizable for his bowl-cut hairstyle, oversized retro clothing, and surreal sense of humor. His breakthrough came with viral music videos and songs that blended alternative rock, electronic music, hip-hop, and pop influences. Over the course of his career, he developed a devoted international fanbase and accumulated billions of streams across digital platforms. Among his most successful songs were Life Goes On, Miss You, Alien Boy, Hurt, and Cash Machine. His albums included Ugly is Beautiful, Cowboy Tears, Alone in a Crowd, and Love You Madly Hate You Badly. Beyond music, Tree was known for directing many of his own music videos and creating elaborate fictional characters and comedic storylines that blurred the line between performance art and reality. His unusual public persona helped him stand out in a crowded entertainment landscape. He was also known for his love of stunts and unusual challenges. At one point, he earned a Guinness World Record for the world's largest kick scooter, a reflection of the eccentric humor that defined much of his career. In the hours following confirmation of his death, tributes poured in from musicians, creators, and fans around the world. Friends and collaborators remembered him as a creative force whose work encouraged individuality and self-expression. Social media platforms were flooded with clips from concerts, interviews, and music videos. Many fans highlighted how Tree's music often explored themes of loneliness, self-acceptance, mental health, and perseverance beneath its humorous exterior. One lyric from his hit song, Life Goes On, became particularly significant following the tragedy, with thousands of fans sharing it as a tribute to the late artist. Adding an emotional layer to the story, reports surfaced that only weeks before his death, Tria discussed his estate plans in a public interview. According to those comments, he intended for much of his wealth and future earnings to support a charitable foundation dedicated to helping young artists pursue creative careers. The tragedy has also drawn attention to aviation safety in Brazil, where authorities are now reviewing the circumstances surrounding the collision. Experts are expected to analyze whether weather conditions, pilot communication, air traffic coordination, or mechanical issues contributed to the accident. For many fans, Oliver Tree's death feels especially shocking because of his age and the momentum of his career. At just 32 years old, he was actively touring, releasing new music, and expanding his creative projects around the world. What began as an ordinary morning flight over Rio de Janeiro ended in one of the most devastating entertainment news stories of the year. Oliver Tree leaves behind a legacy of music, creativity, humor, and individuality that resonated with millions of people worldwide. His unexpected death has brought an abrupt end to a career unlike any other, but his songs, videos, and artistic vision are expected to continue inspiring fans for years to come. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.